Hey guys, Terrence here, your computer concierge with Computers Plus, located at 3330 Cobb Parkway, Suite 154 in Acworth, Georgia. And I'm not sure if you guys have been looking, but but there's been another cyber hit. There was a hospital based out of California, and I mean they hit Rhode Island, they hit all over, and hacking has just become even more and more sort of like a way of life, I think, for, some industries, some businesses. They have to always keep that in their mind and say, hey, what am I going to do if I happen to get breached, and what type of protection do I have in place so that my business in a whole can continue to operate? And hospitals alone, I mean, these ransomwares are hitting, $11 million. They're at okay, you can have all your patient rights, all your patient information back, pay us $11 million. And these hospitals have to make a decision on whether, first, do they trust the fact? I mean, they've already know that they got hacked. They can't get into the system. But I was glad to do some more research and know that the hospital did have in place backups. Because if you guys remember, a couple years ago, a lot of hospitals got hit, actually 5 years ago. And this is the biggest one since then. And so at that time, hospitals started taking steps to assure that they have proper backup. Now, I know what you're probably asking yourself. You're probably saying, well, how does that apply to me? I don't have to, there's nothing sensitive of me that anybody wants. And you got to think about it. When these hospitals got hacked, they hacked your information, your medical records, your social security number, everything that goes to you as a person. And this can happen not only just to your hospital, but it can also happen in your bank, right? Maybe your mortgage company, maybe your finance company. Everybody's getting hacked. So if you can, think about that in a schema of yourself, then, you can pretty much know what I'm talking about. When it comes to protection, you have to get the right antivirus that can better protect you. And in addition to that, make sure that it's backed up by a tech support, with tech support that can help you navigate, because you're not a big company. You don't have $11 million. I mean, $1,000 in most cases. That's a lot of money to some people. $100, $20. We can go all day. So, what are some of the things that you could be doing to keep yourself safe? And let me turn that music down, because I just want to make sure I'm not yelling at everybody. Kat, can you do me a favor and turn that music down? Yeah. Thank you. And so you have to think to yourself, okay, what can I do? I got me an antivirus. What else can I do? There are different things for backup that you can do to better protect yourself and keep yourself protected. Backups is a big thing. Getting a backup, whether you do it through cloud, whether you do it through yourself, have an external hard drive. Now, let me tell you a brief story. About 6 years ago, do we all remember about the big breach that Apple had? Maybe 6-7 years ago, and a lot of celebrities' information was out there. And, people were just putting everything on the internet. Well, guess what? I was part of that hack. I had chosen to use Apple as a backup, as their cloud storage. And, and so so to say that Apple doesn't get hacked, then that's a false flag, because yes, Apple does get hacked just as well. They make it more difficult when it comes to the operating system, because it's Linux based, so it's a lot of code that a hacker has to try to infiltrate the actual executable file in the actual software, in the actual program. But they do get hacked, and I was hacked, and Apple told me, guess what? Well, you doing your backup? And I'm like, well, that's what I was paying you to do. I was paying you to do my backup. And I was like, yeah, you were, but, we got hacked. I was like, okay, so how's that? I mean, where's my stuff? They're like, it's in the cloud. And they can't get to it. It's ransomware. It's done. I'm never going to see it ever again. Well, I lost a lot of pictures. Can't be replaced. Baby photos, everything that was true to it was just one of those experiences that it said, okay, you know what? I always have to do a backup, a manual backup, external hard drive, perfect thing.
Of a backup.
Yeah, backup of a backup. Have a backup of a backup. You know, that I hear stories from Carbonite, the same issue. So it's just another tool that you can use to just safekeep your most prized possession, those pictures, those documents. And you know, back in the day, because I'm pretty old, back in the day, what we used to do is we would like dig a hole, put some sand, draw an X, and make a pirate's map and say if anything. But now, fast forward to now generation, you need other things that other safety, and having external under the desk here, plugging in through USB Type C, doing your backup is amazing.
Do like forget what it's called, like the high school things where you put, you know, something safekeeping or treasure trove and then dig it up like
like a time capsule.
Yes, time capsule.
Oh my gosh, who did you do a time capsule? You know what? I think like a time capsule, I might do that for my kids. I might like on my will, I'm gonna give them a map. I'm like, honey, son, I'm gonna give you a map. And it's gonna be a nice, fun journey, and you're gonna be able to find the most prized possessions. You'll probably find, let's see, an 8-track, an iPod. Like they'll say, "What's an iPod for?" So yeah, that's fun. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. A time capsule. So anything you can possibly think of when it comes to you being in control, and that's really what it's about. You being in control of your stuff and not always letting someone else do it. There are certain things that we are great at. We can remove your virus. We can get you back up and going again. We can back up your data. We can show you options, show you step by step on how you can do those backups. But ultimately, it is up to you.
Oh, we can also do data recovery.
Data recovery, we can do that too. Now that's depending on what it is. If it's a phone, we can do. If it's a hard drive that doesn't spin. If it is a laptop that maybe you spill water in. If it's a iPod that the charging port is, but you got all this music on there, you need to get it off of that charging port. Those are some of the things. So another one that just came to mind, VCRs, VHS tapes, CD players. I mean, like you have those old VHS tapes sitting in your closet, and it may be your child's birth, or maybe your mother, or something, some type of safekeep that was at that time. You were doing VHS tapes. That was it. That was a VHS tape, and that was what you were doing. And so, if you need to convert those into a digital form, Computers Plus, we can definitely take care of that for you. Visit us on the website at computersplususa.com. We have a mail-in option, so if you are viewing this podcast in a different city, in a different state, we can take care of you just as well. Click that box and mail in your device, and we'll take it from there. I'm Terrence, your computer concierge, signing off. And make sure you guys get an antivirus, stay protected, and if you ever get hacked, let people know, because we got to spread the word around. Have a good day. Bye.